Yes, it's still the conversation, and as we said earlier, it's Friday. We're going to have a lot of fun on this segment. Not that we didn't have fun on the other segment, but
no, we did.
this segment is about laughter, is about vibes, and is about inspiration, because our guest here is should I call you a multi-talented? Yeah, he's a multi-talented man, and you know why? He can speak different languages. Yes, English, Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, fluently. So we're going to find out how and why he was able to acquire all of that. Don't let me talk too much, okay? Our guest is a comedian, and his name is Sergeant Sergeant Mario.
Okay.
Sergeant Mario. But you're going to tell us your real name.
Yeah, of course. Well, I used to hide the middle name, for some reason, but maybe I should just let it cut
Let us know you.
Paul Oluwaseyi Adeoba. Yes,
Oluwaseyi.
Yes, that's my name. You know, I used to be shy of the Oluwaseyi when I was in the East, because they used to make fun of me.
Why?
A whole lot. Igbo people used to make fun of Yoruba names, so honestly.
Really?
So how they call the name?
They don't call it Sheyi, but the Adeoba, they used to call it Ajochan. Like, I was traumatized all through my primary school days, but you know.
So did you grow up in the East?
I grew up in the East. I was born in Kaduna State.
Okay.
Yes, I grew up in the East, and I'm a Yoruba boy. I speak in tongues, by the way, so you didn't add that.
You speak in tongues. As in Kabashi.
So that's
As in Kabashi.
That's the fourth language. Yes, yes.
So how come you are Sergeant Mario?
Yes, at some point in my life, I was actually doing this skit, police skit, Sergeant Mario, but I eventually stopped it because of the strict order from police headquarters that people shouldn't, play with police uniforms. So I didn't want. I don't know why I still have that name on my social media. I'm even shocked. I thought I took it off. But then Sergeant Mario is still here. Yeah, however it is. Yeah, it's still fun.
Okay, let's you said you were born in Kaduna.
Yeah, Kaduna.
You grew up in the East.
In the East, Owerri to be precise, yes.
And you're originally, traditionally
Yoruba
from
Ekiti State. Ilora Ekiti to be precise.
What did you call it?
Ilora Ekiti.
Ilora Ekiti.
Yes, Ijero local government.
Ijero local government.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic.
So you're not, my mama say I be you.
No, I know my roots. Yes.
All right, so let's talk about your journey into comedy. Tell us how it all began.
Honestly, right from when I was very, very small, I love making people smile. Like, whatever it takes, I just want to see a smile on somebody's face. And I love basketball. He has always been my mentor from afar, close range. I just love him. So I just thought that I should be doing something that will put a smile on people's faces. Like, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I shall know I want to do something like that. And I was always, I had stage fright when I was small. So I don't know how that was going to work out. But I shall know that when I was in school, if I see somebody that is hungry, I just buy them food. I don't care if you are starving. I just want to see you smile. So, I later had to switch it into stand-up comedy because I know that is what is going to help me to make so many people laugh at the same time. And I started harnessing that skill. And today, here we are, cracking people up.
I would like to know, how did you handle the stage fright thing?
Yeah, man, you guys won't believe it. Sometimes when I hold the mic like this, my hand will be shaking.
Is that why you're wearing this?
I'm shy because when I'm sitting close to pretty ladies, I don't know how to comport myself.
Those two of us, you do stand up comedy in front of millions.
Yes, because when I'm standing on the stage, honestly, I don't see the crowd. So I act like I'm the only one there. Yeah, so I act like I'm the god of the stage at that particular point. But here, you guys are the one leading. So I mean, it's going to take me a whole lot of time too. That are the goddess right now. So I handled the stage fright properly because I had friends that love me, that really, really want me to grow. So anytime I'm doing a stand-up comedy, it's a group of friends that are always there. So they criticize, I ask them their honest opinion, and they say, you need to do well on this. Have you eaten? Maybe you should eat next time before you climb the stage, stuff like that. And people don't know this. I used to stand in front of the mirror, crack joke for 1 hour non-stop, and criticize myself. So when I go for comedy clubs, there was a time I went for a comedy club, I didn't do well at all. People were laughing at me, not the joke. Yes, honestly, I didn't do well.
The joke?
Yes, I became the joke that day. So what I did was I went back home, I didn't sleep all through the night. I was cracking joke in front of the mirror. I was telling myself, if you are an audience and somebody is saying this thing, will you laugh? Honestly, I did that a whole lot for almost 2 years. I did that. Then anywhere I go to and I'm not funny, I go back there again the following week. Or I will make sure that I deal with that stage before taking the other side. So I mean, those things really help me. Good friends and determination.
Okay, being a comedian is one craft that I think I can never, go close to at all, because it takes a lot. Like what he just mentioned, cracking a joke and people not laughing, they're just staring at you, or they start laughing at you. When did you realize? At what point did you realize that you are funny, or was it somebody that told you that you are funny?
Well, I think if you are doing well, you know. Stand-up comedy is not like every other. Stand-up comedy, you get your result instantly. Like, if people are not laughing, you immediately want the ground to open. You want to enter inside immediately. But what will help you is the strength, because this is how it is. You have your own material. You have your own jokes that you know that this joke, if I do this, and it's not funny, if I drop this, it will be funny. The best time to leave the stage is when you drop your hottest material. So when you drop your hottest material, just go and sit down, and now replan again. But I knew that I was very, very funny when I started seeing people rolling on the floor. Yeah, and because of the fact that I speak Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba, so I can relate with everybody in the audience.
Yeah, I was going to ask now that do you also crack jokes in other languages?
Yes, I do.
English?
Actually, how I started, I have an intro. So my name is Mario, billionaire comedian. I speak Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba fluently. So Yoruba people knows that this guy can deal with us. Because how language now so so they know that this guy is there.
Yes. You said it fluently.
So that lanagi amu ko abude naga amu ko aturen chimba ko gani badala ko giamu zengi amu ka abunde Hausa sobrena so dukangre kuna non ko gani na so say. So Hausa people knows that this guy is there. And I speak Igbo better.
Not an ordinary
Abidi Igbo, Udume no Dambe, Amachame.
His Igbo is so...
I can really I can write it. Yes, Igbo used to be my best subject.
At the back of the class.
So even with that alone, without even saying any joke, they are already smiling. Yeah. So I mean, that's like a skill God gave me. Yeah.
For you.
Yes, opens the door for me, regardless of who is sitting. And I'm learning French too.
Oh.
So I'm learning French. So I learning French because there's so much money in French.
So since you are multilingual, is there any way any of this language, is there anyone that is so important that connects more with your audience?
Yes, I just understand how the tribe works.
Okay.
I learned the Yoruba respect. I learned the Igbo business idea. And I learned the Hausa honesty.
Okay.
Now forget these ones that are sitting in Lagos. Hausa, they are really, really honest. They're the best people to stay with.
Oh, they're the best
people. I'm telling you, best people to stay with. Regardless, you guys are fighting. You hang your clothes outside, the rain is falling. They help you pack it, fold it, and keep it. When we were staying in the north, during the Salah period, they would look for Christians, go and give them food, even forget the plate there. I mean, they are that nice. You understand? So I don't want to start going into the other tribes. So when I'm telling jokes, I tell jokes based on their character. So when I'm trying to crack an Igbo man up, I bring in the business side. And I'm trying to crack Hausa man up, I bring in the honest side and how some people can take advantage of their honesty. And I try to bring in the Yoruba part, how they are very respectful, that they forget that some people are actually bored of that greeting, marathon greeting. So this helps me to relate with everybody. I don't have, but my strength is Igbo. You know one thing with the Igbo
as a Yoruba man, I thought Yoruba would be your strength.
See, my strength is Igbo because of the money. Yoruba people always tell you, there was up for SCB. That's how
there was up for SCB.
That's waiting for you. But Igbo people, like this boy, come. What is your name again?
It's instant.
Yes, I'm not an Igbo boy. You can speak Igbo like this. Like your account number. It's straight.
Wow.
So that's how I deal with them. I take advantage of Igbo people emotionally. Because it's in their ego to give it. When they give you something publicly, they love that thing so much. Yes, so I do that to them a whole lot. Just in case they're listening, I do that to you guys.
Okay.
Okay, so have you had instances where your audience have been offended, especially when you crack jokes in their language. Have you had instances when you've had audience being offended by the jokes?
One time I called, I went to do a Hausa gig. Yeah, so, and then some Igbo people were there and I said, Yamri. Now, when I was in the north, they addressed Igbo people as Yamri. I didn't know the origin of that, yes. I didn't know the origin of that. They address every Igbo people as Yamri, just like Igbo people address Yoruba people as Ofe Manu, that is oily food. So one guy now came to the backstage and said he was really pissed at what I said. I said, why? He said, why will I address Igbo tribe as Yamri? I said, that is how all the Hausa people address Igbo. And we have 70% of people here, they are all Hausa. He now said, back in the days when Igbo people when Igbo people migrated, I don't know, somehow to the north, so how they identify the Igbos is the Igbo used to go and request for water and say, Nyemu Mmiri. So the Hausa people didn't really get that, and I started calling them Yamri. So it was like a racist something, so I just had to apologize to him. Like, he took it really serious. I didn't know it was that deep. I really, really had to apologize to him. I said, I didn't know. If I know, I won't do that. And today we are best of friends. Yeah, so I don't use that anymore like that. Yes, because some people don't find it offensive. Yeah.
Mario, while I was researching you before now, you know, I saw some things you spoke about, and it was really, really motivating on how you got to where you are today. It was really, really hard, you know, wrenching. The things you had to do, you know, when you had nowhere to stay, where you had no money, where you know, now people are looking at the finished work and they are saying, oh, fine boy, oh, this. I want you to take us through that journey so that our viewer can understand that, look, there's no rocket science. That nothing is cast on stone.
There's always a process.
There's always a process. There's no destination first.
True.
You work through it.
True.
You work
True.
together.
True.
I'd like you to, you know, take us through your journey.
The journey is really long, honestly. anytime I even want to start a journey, I get so emotional. But I know that if you follow a process, you can never miss anything. Like, and there are people that have gone through that path before. So if you follow their footsteps, where they flaw, you won't flaw. So, and then there's nothing I've not done in this life to survive. Name it. That's why I don't give beggars money. So if I see somebody that comes to me and says, bro, please, I'm hungry, I'll tell the person to go to a restaurant, I'll pay. So I don't give people money like that because I was once in the street. And when I came to Lagos newly, what I did was to go to a restaurant. I'll just start washing plates. People think I'm joking when I say this. I'll go to the backyard and start washing plates. This woman that will say, over John, I'll be John. That is it. When I was hunting for jobs, when I was in Lagos, looking for waitress, waiter job, cleaner job, one time I trekked from Ojori to Ikeja. If you see me dress, you will never believe this guy has not eaten since this morning. If you see my outfit, you will want to borrow money from me. So you can never catch me on fresh. That is one thing. I have two hankies. One I use it to clean my face. One I use it to clean my shoe because I trek a lot. Then I put a whole lot of paper in my pocket just in case I find any application. So I'll just write application immediately. So one time I was coming back and now I got really tired. I was going to faint. And I was coming to Ojodi. So what I did was I went to Ikeja under bridge where they were loading Ogba, and I started calling passenger. Now I wanted to enter the bus, and I didn't want to beg anybody to give me transport. But I know that if you walk, if you add value to anything, no matter how small that value is, they want to give you something back, regardless of how bad that person is. So the person was loading Ogba, I started shouting, Ogba, 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 Ogba. I collected all the money from everybody in the passengers. I was hanging. The guy now said, Joko. I was like, sat down, got to. I've done it on different occasions. Like, if I need something right now, all I need to do is go to where they are selling that thing and add value to the person. I've done cleaner job. One time I went to apply for the post of a waiter. Then I said, how long are you going to work with us? And I said, I just want to work for 6 months and go and write it. They said, we'll employ you. We don't want somebody that will leave in the long run. So they now posted a vacancy for the post of a baker. And I went to submit application.
Can you bake?
I've never baked in my life. So the guy now asked me, how long are you going to work with us? I said, yeah, I want to add my experience to this place, gain my experience from here. So myself and the company will see where we go from there. Like I gave them a future that I don't even think they themselves have even ever seen. When I got there, I was supposed to relieve the guy on duty. It's 1 week on, 1 week off. I called the guy. I said, bro, I don't even know how to light gas. Bro to bro, if you can teach me this thing for the next 1 week, if I collect my salary, I'll split it in two. And the guy agreed. I learned everything for 1 week. How to make meat pie, sausage roll, how to make fish, how to everything. I learned to the point that I don't need scale to do it. So when I resigned from there, I went to look for a job in one place as a waiter. Their baker now left. Those people pay higher. This higher that I'm talking about is 12,000. Those people pay higher. So when the guy left, and I told them I can bake, they said, let's try you now. They now brought scale. I didn't use scale. I did it very well. And there's one thing I always do. Anywhere I work, I'll always be in good terms with them even when I live there. In fact, all the places I've done, driver, waiter, cleaner, all of them used to buy my ticket in millions when I'm doing an event. Because I'm like a family member to them. I went to apply for the post of a driver. One day I didn't know how to drive. That was how because somebody said that I'm going to be taking their 3-year-old daughter to school. So I was like, this girl can't know if I don't know how to drive. Like, this is just to my touch. When I got there, that was the day they were traveling to Abeokuta for their grandmother's burial.
Oh my goodness.
So I did the interview. So what I did was go outside, enter the downfall, told the guy, mo fẹ́ best ni wa moto mi, mo moto wa egbon te ba le call me. I followed the downfall, went to drop the first passenger, came back. I was in front. I paid up to 1K, to and fro.
You know what you're telling me?
Yes.
I just be running away
The
from
guy
all these
taught me.
drivers.
When I went back, that was how I got to Abeokuta. I never even reached outside the gate. Everybody at the back started sleeping. I got to Abeokuta like that. And that's why now I've never seen the woman's husband before. I confessed this thing to her when I was emceeing her 65th birthday because I resigned from them 10 years after. So one day I was there and I saw the husband coming with a driver and I gave the driver 20,000. I said, why are you giving this guy money? So I said, anytime the guy drives him to Abuja, that's why I used to give the guy 20,000. I said, but I'm here now, sir. He said, can you go to Abuja? I said, what is Abuja? I started driving transport, taking passengers to Abuja. Are you sure? I didn't know his own car is manual. So that was how I burnt the clutch in the door and he left me there, gave me money. I went, the mechanic now taught me how to drive manual well. And I went to carry passenger with the motor to Kaduna, to Abuja.
To meet him.
So when I was emceeing the wife's birthday, I made the confession that I told them, I used to be your driver, but that time I did not know how to drive. The man said, what? The man said that you were risking my husband's life. I said, but I didn't take his life. Look, now we are all family today. His friend is in Canada. He sends me money every time. The daughter I used to take her to Unilag then. We are like family. And when I'm driving them, you will never know that this guy is the driver. Like, there's no difference between the girl and me because I always like to read. I study at every opportunity that I get. Like I love history, so I love reading books. And when I go, I don't envy anybody. Like, so when I take them to parties, I don't sit down inside the car and start wallowing in self-pity and start wishing that they even wish they are me. So sometimes they used to say, bring your boyfriend. They say, so my boyfriend, they can't say driver, they say he's my brother. One woman that I was not driving for, again, that sells Semo in Agege. Because I now went to write exam. So they now got another driver there. So when I finished the exam, they followed me up till I finished the exam. When I came back, they've gotten another driver. The woman took me to her estate committee and said, please, this guy is a good guy. I want somebody to employ him. She stood for me. So, but I didn't want to, I wanted to read then, so I wanted to go to school. So I left there. But the school thing didn't work, and I went to Agege. Highly recommended, by the way. They paid me 15,000 naira per month. I was driving for one woman that was selling Semo. I bet you, today, I emceed the woman's daughter's wedding, the woman's son's wedding. In fact, that is a bus that I was driving for her. I personally washed the bus like the bus is mine. So all the places I've done driver, I used to take care of the car like it's mine. In fact, I take care of the car to the point that they're always scared to stain the motor.
You know, I mean, listening to you talk about your journey says a lot about your upbringing.
I'm telling you.
It shows to me that
spirit
you
of
have
resilience.
Spirit of resilience, and then there are values that have been instilled into you.
True.
You know, and then when you look at the young people that we have today, those who just want to make it rich, those who do not want to walk through the journey, they just want to appear there. You know, how do you feel sometimes when you see the lifestyle of young people who do not want to walk through the journey, who just wants to be there? at the twinkling of an eye. And then what do you also have to say about the kind of values that, or the values that have been lost that we do not see anymore in today's youth?
Yeah, I pity for the future of Nigeria. I'm telling you, sometimes I wish there's something I can do about it. I'm not going to say back in the days because I'm not too old. I've never, there's this thing I brag about. I brag about the fact that I've never touched a woman, like hit a woman in my life. And I brag about the fact that I can never see an old elderly woman looking for where to sit, and I'm sitting. Like when I used to enter BRT to school, you don't even have to have gray hair. All you need to do is just to be older than me, and I'll stand up for you. But children of nowadays, see, before, if you want to greet an elderly person, you go on your knees, you prostrate. Children nowadays wear headphones, and they don't even greet their parents. So who are you? So, you know, I don't know where we got it wrong from, but this thing helped me, what I got from my family. Now, I've never seen my dad and my mom quarrel. I'm not even playing. I've never even seen them argue. Over 2 decades that I've stayed with them, I've never seen them argue. So it was weird to me when I came to Lagos and I saw a man and a woman fighting. So I wasn't, yes, it wasn't really going well with me. So I thought I was in a wrong environment. But I know that this is life. You just have to go through life and excel with what you've learned. So the youth of nowadays, I don't know what they've learned so far, but I bet you there's nothing there. You will see a pretty lady with an empty head but a fine wig. So it is when you start engaging them in a conversation that you know that these things, the things that should matter to them, doesn't matter to them. Like their priority they are all wrong, please, wrong priority. Like a young boy, what are you doing with expensive phone? What are you trying? We try to impress people that doesn't care about us.
Exactly. People are not,
you are trying to impress
you.
somebody that doesn't even care if you have eaten. So, I mean, this whole thing, it takes a whole lot. It's going to take a whole lot of reorientation for us to do it. That's why I just want to have just one child. Or maybe 2. A baby girls.
We also know you to be...
girls.
Yeah, 2 girls.
Okay.
We also know you to be a content creator.
Yeah, I am.
And you know when you came in, I said, what's with you and Mr. VDM?
Yes.
What's with you and VDM?
Vincent, yes, that's his name. Vincent. We're just trying to make sure you do the right thing, VDM. Yes, because, I don't know, that guy manipulates a whole lot. Yes, he does the right thing sometimes. Sometimes when they do it in good, but I feel that those right things he's doing is just like an undercover for the thing he's doing on the ground. That guy is a strong manipulator. You know, when somebody is... I worked on radio for 6 years and...
Oh, I thought you were still with radio.
No.
Okay.
I worked on radio for 6 years, and then what I do on radio is sometimes I have a segment where I open up my story. I tell them my story and, you know, make myself vulnerable for people to come in. When people come in, they share their stories with me. So when they hear my story, they know that, oh, this guy has been through wars that I've been through. So they talk to me. I will not now go and use that secret and start using that secret to want to extort them. That is one of the things that VDM is doing.
Okay.
I'm telling you, don't tell him your secret, oh.
Okay.
Don't tell him, oh.
I want us to play a small game just before we go. We are going to...
So everything, before that, everything you have just said is from you.
Yes, it's from you.
It's from me.
It's not from
LTV.
the point of LTV.
It's from me, yes.
Okay. Okay, can we quickly play this game? You that you have lived in the southwest, in the east, in the north. Oh, you're from the southwest and you're living here now. So, which one do you love more? Amala or tuwo shinkafa?
Amala. Yes.
Amala ke? Without your Igbo tongue.
I love goat meat, oh. So you at least find a soup in Igbo language. Ogufe, yes. Apart from ofowore. And ofowore is, you have to be extremely rich to eat it, yes. Okay. You can't eat it back to back in a week unless you're a politician that steals money. So,
okay, we'd like you to give us a quick, clean joke in Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba.
That is if you're going to understand the...
She understands it, she's Igbo.
I understand Igbo.
Our viewers,
we have
you know,
people.
Hausa listeners,
okay.
Igbo listeners.
Okay, in Kanabama matanka, kaman dugu ashirin ta ci abinci kulu-kulu, gaskiya na gaya maka, za ta dinka kira ka babana, kaman kai ne ka haife ta. In Kanabama matanka dugu goma ta ci abinci kulu-kulu, gaskiya na gaya maka, za ta dinka kira ka mai gidana. Amma kana bata kaman dugu daya a sati daya, gaskiya na ga maka a gida din kai ne yaro din fa kai baba in an kira mutum baba gaskiya na ga maka ba kai ba na kira baba.
You know why I'm laughing? Because you are talking about food. You like food too much.
No, I'm a foodie. I'm a foodie.
Because when I heard Abinchi,
yes, I'm a
food.
I'm a strong foodie. I'm a strong foodie. I'm a strong foodie.
You like food too
Yes.
much. Okay.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ gbogbo mo ta bá ń ṣe ilé ayé ẹ jẹ́ ká máa fi sùúrù sí i mo fọlọ́run bá bẹ̀ yìí kì í ṣe gbogbo nǹkan ló yẹ kó máa bà wá lẹ́rù. Ọjọ́ òní mò ń travel mo fẹ́ lọ sówórè torí ẹ mọ̀ pé kò la wà gbogbo nǹkan la fi ń kánjú mo fẹ́ Òwèrè mo fẹ́ lọ o ṣùgbọ́n torí pé mò ń kánjú mo dé bus stop mo gbọ́ Òwèrè àmọ́tò mi tó wá bẹ́ẹ̀ tó ń pe Òwòrò tẹ̀gẹ́ kíní ọ̀wá kò sáré yé mi báyẹn torí pé mò ń kánjú mo yẹ bọ́ sínú mọ́tò Òwèrè nìyẹn o Òwòrò mo dẹ̀ ń lọ lọ́jọ́ yẹn bẹ́gà ni mo ti sọ fún ọ pé ẹjọ́ o kíní kọ́ ibẹ̀ mo ti wá padà so biko ndị Igbo gee m ntị ga-eche m ntị ọfụma biko eji m Chineke hụla gị ebe ihe ọla ị na-eme gbaa mbọ make sure iji nwanyị na-eme ụmụ ihe ndị eme ihe nji laaka ndị Igbo anaghị atụ ụjọ in fact ihe ga-atụ onye Igbo ụjọ na oleso nwere debit alert onye Igbo hụ debit alert na obi ga-amafe ya so biko gee m ntị onye Igbo biko ịma ebe a na-akpọ achọ m ịkpa ahụ ebe a na-ere foonu Ikeja ebe a na biko gee m ntị ndị Igbo nnu ga na-ewere ya nwayọ enwere nwa Igbo ma mkpọrọ m si Mario masị ya sị m chọrọ ịzụ foonu m sị achọ m ịzụ foonu m jụọ ya eletu ochi mana ya sị m by their fruit we shall know them m jụọ bịara m ya sị ele foonu m chọrọ ịzụ m sị achọ m ịzụ Samsung ya sị taapụ ọ dị ya etofeela m Samsung m sị ya nwaanyị ya sị m zụọ the latest iPhone m sị ele kewu the latest iPhone eji m ego iPhone 16 ya sị m gbafuo na enweghị dịka iPhone 16 m sị ele nke i nwere ya sị nwere iPhone 40i ụjọ bịara m sị ele kewu iPhone 40 ya sị were ya nwayọ na iPhone onwe ka ya ma na 40i apụtala mmadụ ele otu iji mara nụ na nwanna ichi irugbu nga arugbu ụmụ biko. So
your Igbo joke was longer.
I told you guys I'm biased.
You are so biased. Your Igbo joke was longer.
Wow.
I also know that you are an advocate. You know, you are very vocal about governance.
Yeah.
There was this story about a particular area in Lagos, Surulere, that had to do with the waste. I think you were responding and to the way the waste was being.
Yes.
Okay. I like the way you addressed it, and you told someone. There was one guy who criticized the Lagos state government.
Yes.
But
Uguna.
Yes, that's his name.
Yes.
Uguna.
Scott.
Yes, and you addressed the issue in a better way. To support. The government.
Yes.
Why did you do that?
Yes, because honestly, I also brag about this thing. I've never in my life, even when I've always been a somebody, but when I was down, you will never see me drink pure water and throw it on the road. You will never see me do it. Even when I was squatting, sometimes I want to wash my clothes, I'll bring different pure water nylon biscuits
to meet your parents.
Because I will never throw it on the floor. Never. So when I came to Lagos, it wasn't new when Governor Fashola was, really putting so much pressure on people not doing that. It wasn't new to me. I mean, there was a time I was driving, one downfall somebody was inside the downfall, somebody just threw a banana peel outside. I had to overtake the car. Park in front of the car. Tell your passenger to go and pick that thing. They didn't know who I was. I didn't have to be anybody to do that. Like, this thing is so stressful. Like, when I see women sweeping early in the morning under the cold weather, these people are not paid 100,000 naira. No. In case you guys don't know, they are paid, they are just trying to manage. You won't want your mom to do that.
Stipend.
So why would you want to litter the floor? Like, it's not, a sane person shouldn't even think of, like, if you don't have to be spiritual to even do the basic thing. So I don't know if we are living with the normal people in Lagos, but I just feel that we just need to address. So that's why I said that Lagos State government needs to have, first of all, CCTV cameras everywhere, and then 24/7 workforce from the lawma officials. And then maybe when they catch somebody and they find the person heavily, they use the person as a scapegoat for other people. So I think Lagos government should just take advantage of all these things happening and probably employ more people, get law enforcement agencies that will actively and truthfully handle these things without jeopardizing anybody's happiness.
All right, we have a segment here on the show where we ask for Lagos sense. So that's a part where an experience that you've had in Lagos, maybe the first time you were visiting Lagos, that you can never forget.
When you scamped.
So share with us some of your experiences.
When I came into Lagos, I came in with trailer. Yes. I got into Lagos with Dangote trailer.
Oh.
Yeah. So
From the north?
Yes. No, I first got to Edo State. From Edo State, and I entered trailer to Lagos. I didn't have anywhere to stay. But I heard that Lagos State, if you sleep, you will lose. So I couldn't sleep. I didn't sleep at all. Like for 2 days in Lagos, I was scared to close my eyes. Because first, I didn't have a place
What
to
area?
stay. Ojodu.
Ojodu.
Yes, I didn't have a place to stay. So I now went back to Edo State because my mom is from Edo State. I went back to Edo State the following week. And then somebody just said, you know what, just go back to Lagos. Only for me to come back to Lagos again. And I think the boss had issues. So we now got to Beggar by 2. So somebody was saying, no, calm down. Now Lagos be this. So that's why they took us to Maza. So yeah, this is the funny story. So that Maza, I had just, before God and man, I had just 200 naira with me. I didn't know where Maza is because it was night. I didn't know it was that far. So when in the morning, when I now wanted to enter motor, one guy now said, you see all those buses waiting there? Out of 10 waiting there, 9 and 1 chance. And then Lagos and 1 chance then was like brother and sister then. I was now scared. And I went to meet a bike man, say, Beggar. He now said 200. That was how I sat down. Only for him to drop me at Beggar, Oshodi. So when he now dropped me at Beggar, and I said, no, I mean Beggar. He said, Beggar, Oshodi. Shane can share it. I need 200. He now collected only 100 naira. Okay. So as I was going, I was hearing Ojota. I shall know that when you get to Ojota, close to Beggar. From buses, so in Ojota, I was just trekking. Ojota, I was just trekking.
You were trekking?
Yes, Ojota, until I got to Ojota. So as I got to Ojota, I was hearing Beggar. I was just following those buses. You know, when they are loading Beggar, when they finish loading, they are going this way. I've not had the orientation of load for them, and that's why I trekked to Beggar.
From Maza.
Yes. I think then I was staying in Akute from Beggar, and I entered motor 50 naira to Akute. Then Beggar to Akute was 15. And when I got to Akute, I ate biscuit, 4 biscuits, 2 pure water, and I went home. Nobody knew what happened to me. That's welcome to Lagos for you. So I won't do it to anybody, but that is Lagos for you. But the spirit of, doggedness shouldn't leave you, regardless of what has happened. Those stories are sweet when you finally made it. But without those stories, your success will just be, where is this one coming from? Those stories are really sweet. I'll tell my kids about them. Yeah.
My producer. What are you saying?
So, how do you unwind? Aside comedy now, what other things? What gets you busy?
Okay.
I know that you love food, and I know you can cook, right?
I can warm food.
You can warm food, but you can't cook.
I warm food for you, you'll be shocked. I can cook.
Okra
is my best soup.
Okra is your best soup.
Yes,
but you still remember your baking.
Yes, I remember my baking skill. Yeah, I do.
You still remember your baking skill. That's good. So what other things do you love to do?
Okay, I gym every day. I go to gym from morning till, let's say, 10 a.m. And then I have a comedy club that I run like twice a week. And then I do content, and then I play football on weekends. So just for the fun of it, not for anything. And then I go out. But from morning till afternoon, I'm in the house. Like when I get back from the gym, till like late in the evening, I'm in the house watching movies. So I watch movies a whole lot. But then at night, I'm chilling out because that's when the business is happening.
So the comedy industry is very, very
booming.
And if a comedian always show up, yes, there's always
integrity.
Results in showing up, even if you didn't perform. Show up. Just you were there. It's better than I know get transport. Yes.
You were there. It's better than I know get transport. It's been an exciting ride with Sergeant Mario. We've laughed, we've learned, and we've also learned that comedy can be a tool for connection, change, and of course, culture. Thank you very, very much, Sergeant Mario, for joining us this morning. We'll go on a short break now. When we come back, the conversation continues.
Views expressed on this program do not represent that of the producer, management of Lagos Television, or the Lagos State Government. They remain the perspectives of those expressing them. Thank you for staying with Lagos Television.